Happy holidays to you all. I am traveling for the holidays, so I don't have my full gear with me. So this episode is a little lo-fi. Fucking psych! Fucking psych! No way, bitches. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. You know what we got for you? The best of the fucking best. The legendary Mike Squires joins us. Finally. He wanted to read the Bible a lot. I didn't want him. I wanted to tell fart jokes and talk shit. And that's what we did. Why? Because it's my fucking show. It's Jeff's show. It's our show. We're going to do what we want. That's right. We've read the Bible a lot this year. More than most Christians, actually. So why don't you sit back, roll up a fucking fatty, and enjoy the one and only Mike Squires.
The beanbag. Redding looks like the beanbag professor from 1978. Would like take a student back for a consultation to his private office.
Would you like to get some extra credit? I really see a future. I think you could be somebody. Yeah. That's right. Now, I just wanted to excuse me. I just wanted to say before we begin, we need to apologize to Brown Jesus. We've been trying to get him on, but he was scheduled and he was ready to appear, but then the legendary Mike Squires became available, so we had to bump Brown Jesus. So we're sorry, and we will try and get him on as soon as possible. It's just that his demographics are not nearly as wide as White Jesus's or Mike Squires. So unfortunately, he did not make the cut. Brown Jesus, we do apologize, and we will have you on sooner than later. I promise. Maybe your next birthday.
Yeah. I'm gaining a reputation as a fill-in guy also.
No. You're not filling in. We bumped Brown Jesus for you.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it is what she said. I did hear her say that. That's Slave's door. I'm like, how's come there's a white door in my office? I called it my office. Oh, that's awful. Look at that. Oh, there's my. I put a step ladder in the back in case you guys wanted to see the whole outfit. I could get up on the step ladder.
Show us the whole outfit. Now you got to.
You want
now
to see it, don't you? You got to see it, don't you? All right, okay, hold on.
It's Christmas, motherfucker.
Goddamn right. It's your birthday. You know what? Your birthday. We do what you want, White Jesus.
Thank you. Oh shit! He's got some package in there too. Yes. Dude, let's go for a soft 5K. You know what I'm saying? You want to hit the weights later, Ready? Oh, he's unplugged.
The ensemble really comes together when there's no shirt on underneath the top.
Why would there be?
You're talking about maximum comfort.
Great. Wonderful.
You like that?
I'm so into it.
What are you looking at?
I'm so into it.
My eyes are up here.
Exactly. Well, so we had the
so far this has been a great episode for just listeners.
Yeah,
non-viewers.
It's great.
Non-viewers. Yeah.
Is all of our listeners are all just listening?
Don't do that. Also, with the painted fingernails,
matching motherfucker.
I'm colorblind. It doesn't matter to me. I might as well be non-viewer.
You're welcome.
I wish I was right now. I wish I was a non-viewer.
Right now, you wish you were entirely blind.
Yes.
I wish I couldn't see any colors or anything.
Any colors,
shades,
depth of field, anything,
contour, nothing. Yeah. Mike. Well, okay. So first of all, I need to kind of then stop blowing this, Squires. You were scheduled. You're not a fill-in. We bumped Brown Jesus for you. That's what she said. But Mike Squires, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
It's my pleasure.
And White Jesus, thank you for being here. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Absolute honor.
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
It's a bummer not to have brown Jesus for this
Bummer.
thing.
Bummer.
I think I could do it. I think I could bring enough of the Mariah Carey
Bummer.
to really pop this Christmas party off.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Would we call you White Cheeches?
I did almost. I have a sombrero in my room.
What is
So
what
I
is
was like,
Jesus, but Cheech?
White
Cheech and
Cheeches?
Chong?
Oh, I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know your name was Alex.
God, always with the wordplay.
So how have you been? Do we get to ask you questions about your rad rock star life now?
Are you talking to me or Redding?
That's not me, baby.
Yeah. How was tour?
Tour was great. It feels, I mean,
Which one?
I've been home for a month, and it feels like I've been home a year already. Like it almost feels like it never happened. You guys have both been on tour. You know the
Oh,
deal.
that
It's
was
like you come home and you're like, oh,
this part.
I'm home again.
The part where I didn't make enough money to not go back to work. and I don't have another tour lined up. And I wasn't in Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I don't know what 2023 is going to look like for me, but 2022 was great. I had a busy year. I did 60 shows. Actually, I wrote this down. Watch this. Let's see. Where is it? Last year I did 60 shows. I put out a solo record. I put out 28 podcast episodes, 13 performance videos, including that 10-minute
Extravaganza.
yeah.
The yes one.
Yeah. So it was a productive year, and I don't know how to level up next year, but that's the goal.
If you want, we could ask White Jesus what's going to happen for you next year.
Oh, actually, I don't know anything.
Oh, you don't know
I'm
anything?
just a figment of white people's imagination. I don't
That's
actually
right.
have any powers. Yeah, I'm good at parties, though.
That was one of my questions.
I'm really good at parties.
You've sort of actually cut off the whole bottom half of my list of questions with that one. So I'll
Yeah, sorry. No, I was actually
but-
sucking a dude off way back when, and then I got in a painting, and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
And here we are. Yeah. Now,
See my paintbrush?
yeah. How'd that dictate? What was it?
Your face looks like a perfect canvas for this Jackson Pollock I've been thinking about.
If
Yeah.
you guys can't tell, I put my Christina Aguilera lunchbox right there in the background.
I like that.
Hot.
Thank you. That was from the Genie in the Bottle tour.
Hot.
I was there.
Hot.
She rules.
Yeah.
There.
But if Redding's gonna adjust, I'm gonna adjust.
I think
I'm
we
trying
could all
to
just-
make it so that my Speed Racer and Racer X are in the background here.
Yeah. Look at what I'm working on. I'm working on backlighting. Does that give me some production value? How do I look?
It does look pretty good.
Look at that light back
I
there.
see
That's pretty good,
ambient.
right?
Yeah, right. I didn't even notice it till you pointed it out.
I noticed it.
Yeah. Did you think
I
Oh,
thought
what
something
a
had
pro.
fallen. I thought something had fallen down.
a light? It's kind of.
I,
I mean,
thought your
essentially what
lamp
it
fell down right at the last minute. You didn't have time to pick it back up. Well, maybe it'll look pro.
intentional chaos.
Exactly. It's so Mike, you came over here and we did a little dog and pony show here at the house, and that
Got
went,
lost.
went into the abyss and never came out. So
And then we
got
went, and then we went and saw Loudermo.
Yeah,
well, you tried to do DMT also before that.
didn't work.
Did
That didn't work very well.
No.
at all? It didn't work at all.
That was a sad
You
day.
think I'm immune?
No, that
No.
pen suck. The delivery device was not correct. We'll fix it.
Oh, you want a DMT?
And we give you Y and T. We're sorry. This is like totally different trip.
It's mostly just cherry
Like you give me
flavored
your
tobacco.
money yesterday, and today you feel like you got ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sad day because I was really excited to hear what you guys have to say about that shit.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for years.
Yeah. Well, and and now that I think about it, did we decide not to record you right when you woke up? I mean, we weren't going to be up there.
It
right?
just
Did it work out better that way?
There just was nothing. Nothing
happened. So
Didn't
No, I know,
matter.
but we weren't even up there. If something had happened, you tried to do it. You took a bunch of hits on it, and
no, I
happened.
sat with him for a minute.
No, I
I
know, but you
admit
didn't
Was
have
I
to.
actually out? Or you keep saying we weren't up there?
Well, no, I'm saying you were up in the music. You were up in this room, and we were downstairs recording.
Right. I
So
forget that.
you went up there, and then Kate went up, and yeah. So it's like we wouldn't have gotten your direct, immediate response anyway. Just
It'll last long enough. We'll find the professor. We'll find the guy that gets the good shit.
yeah.
Yeah, but it really is about. I guess that's why it was lost too, because we need to do that podcast again.
Is that why?
Why not?
I'm just trying to be nice to the
that's
friend.
political.
Just trying to be
Political.
kind to the reason why.
That's savvy white Jesus.
It was like our
It's my
fifth episode too.
savvy.
I've listened to every episode, and I'm constantly like fucking yelling at the stereo or at whatever, just at the air while I've got my AirPods on, just like talking or just arguing with you guys or responding.
Yes.
Honestly, I wish I could say one of you more than the other, but kind of both of you. Just like, God, shut up! It's this, or no, that's not how it happened. And but now, of course, I'm on
What's
mic and on camera, and I had been compiling this list of shit that I want, like this list of grievances that I wanted.
Right.
That's great,
Suggestion box, yeah.
I wanted to have the record set straight, and now I'm like, the record is warped. I don't even know.
It's like going to the proctologist. You got to make sure you got to write that list down, because as soon as that guy gets his finger in your butt, you like, never mind. Just think of us as the podcast equivalent to a rectal exam.
Every week, yeah.
Well, and the Bible's confusing. The Bible's a motherfucking confusing group of documents.
Not to Mike Squires.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's like you could when you talk, it's especially with the marijuana, it's taking me like a year probably to keep my mind from going down 8,000 rabbit holes every time we're talking about anything from the Bible. I'm just like,
Here's what I think. I think everything is true.
Everything.
If you believe it. Like if people believe it, fuck it. It's true. Why not? Sure. True.
It's out there somewhere. Well, that's one of the one of the questions I was going to ask you, White Jesus, is that Webb telescope thing that took that picture of the dark it's like pointed the telescope at this like random patch of dark sky where there didn't seem to be anything and just left it going for 48 hours or something. It came back with like universes upon universes upon galaxies upon universes.
Yeah.
So is it what is it? Is it infinite?
Just more simulations, brother.
Right. And those are all your work, right?
Just simulations all the way out. In fact, we're we're very tiny. We're in these little things. It just looks big.
Yeah. It's like a magnifying glass.
Yeah, dude. What's beyond the simulation? More simulations.
Right.
Squires, look at that face. Look at that face.
It's everything is real and nothing's real.
It feels like it, don't it?
Everyone here has done psychedelics.
Totally.
And everyone here has had that feeling where you're like, you look at your hand, you're like, wow, look at everything going on with my hand that I never noticed before. You're like, whoa, I can see the blood pumping through my hand. All of a sudden you can see every little fucking mineral in the blood, and all the way down you have like microscope eyes, and then you look at the sky and you're like, whoa, there's a hand.
Like how the walls are not really walls. They're there, but they're not really there.
The grass starts talking.
All of it.
It's crazy.
Everything.
The wall
I
breathing.
don't know.
I think the wall's
I don't
breathing.
know.
Is
I
the wall
think-
alive?
So do you think
should-
reality comes from our brains? Is it created from that place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like if someone like David Koresh.
I don't even know if you guys are real when I hang up the phone. I hang up the phone. You guys just get
Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
You're turned off. Like you only exist when I'm talking to you. Maybe, probably not.
This podcast gets really boring when Mike Squires is not around. 'Cause we're not. We're just,
Maybe I'm not even real when you don't see me or hear from me.
yeah.
What
But
the
I
fuck?
feel you in my heart.
There's some people on the planet I know that would beg to differ.
my.
I don't even know what that means, really.
uh,
But I
Or
think
you were talking about Leif pointing anatomically to his heart when he's like, I feel you in my heart. You're like, that's not your heart.
that's not where you feel him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I did because I was listening to the podcast. I watched that whole series, Ancient Apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
what do you
nice.
think, dog?
Well, it's fucking pretty great, right?
Right?
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Did you read any of that guy's books? Did you read
No.
that Fingerprints of the Gods? I read it like back in when it first came out, when he didn't have the Dryas Younger Dryas Younger, is that right?
Yeah.
He didn't have the meteor thing. He was still looking for where they were. Where are these people hidden? Because it's got to be hidden somewhere. And he thought maybe they were under the ice in Antarctica. But everything else was kind of the same. He's just like, this is old. This is too old. This is too old. Yeah. And finally, the science kind of came around to him. It's just crazy. It's fucking crazy.
That is fucking crazy. The Göbekli Tepe.
That was the
It's like-
whole.
It's so fucking old.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Did you finish the whole series, Squires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, those giants, how he like Graham Hancock like thinks of them as like intellectual, or maybe like
Fuck that. I don't think that's real.
you think they're real physical giants.
No. I think they're us sized. I think people look at pygmies. Like I'm a giant to a pygmy. I'm Duff Mckagan. I'm fucking Andre the Giant.
You don't think he's talking about stature?
No, you just think the people on average were shorter back then. So these people were our
Tiny
size.
little fuckers. Yeah. Like, look at me. I'm a fucking giant next to look. If whoever the people were that were these people would show up on the vessels, probably Vikings. Let's be honest, right? Right?
Yeah, but they were all like dark haired robes. Vikings didn't do the robes really, and they were really like, if it was, and I'm just fucking mansplaining this shit. I don't fucking know.
But that's all this podcast ever does.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go. So then perfect. Then I'll continue. No, yeah, maybe you think it's Vikings?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's not Vikings.
I thought that the Aztecs or not the Aztecs, the who are the fuckers that the Mayans? I don't
Mayans,
know. See,
yeah.
this is what I don't want to do.
Yeah,
It's like
start squawking a bunch of shit you don't know anything
this
about.
is what Redding does.
Totally. Yeah. That's what a podcast is for.
It's
You know, I thought that they were waiting for some fucking pale faces to come back, some pale faced gods from the sea. Pretty sure.
Well, that's the same guy they're talking about. That's the guy they're talking is the.
And so when the Spaniards showed up with their syphilis and their fucking spears
and their horses,
right? They were like, "Whoa, Coochie Coochie is back." Right?
Do the hooky pokey. Here they come.
White Jesus.
Yeah.
So
brown, whiter.
Not white.
I don't know.
So I don't know. What the fuck do I know? But could be. Anyway, I just think that people used to be smaller. I don't know.
Does it make you want to go to the out to Moses Lake though and fucking check out that thing with that sort of that perspective?
When they first started talking about that, Christine and I were sitting on the couch, and I was like, and I pushed pause, and I was like, when I was in school, we were taught that was that was carved out of the land by a glacier.
Right. Yep.
Like ice.
Right.
And then he started talking about it, and I was like, oh, I was right. And then they did teach us. And then all of a sudden he's like, nah, it was made in a matter of weeks. And I have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It's a lot of water.
Because it's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
The one thing I do remember that was fucking remarkable and totally ridiculous is the guy was like, imagine the water from every lake, from all the green lakes, from all the Great Lakes and every river, and times it by 10. Right. And your boy goes, that really puts it in perspective. And I was like, you don't have that perspective, you dickhead. You can't wrap your head around that much.
It's easier to sit in the middle of that canyon and imagine that full with water than it is like, oh, let's see. So this river, this river, this river, this river, this river, this lake, this lake, this lake. Oh, that's a lot of water.
Just look down the lane there, and as far as the eye can see, and that much water.
Right.
When he was like, yeah, an asteroid hit a glacier. Seems pretty strategic to me.
A bunch of
asteroids. Yeah, not just one. Not like a lucky strike.
I'm going to say a bunch of crazy shit here today.
That's why we're smoking weed. We can get away with it.
We're
learning. Our podcast is about learning.
The royal weed.
The royal weed.
The royal weed. You're under our umbrella of protection.
The ultimate royal weed.
Yeah, dude, I'm like Jesus, man. I'm on everyone's mantle.
You can smoke for the entire Trinity.
I can actually. I slowed down.
That's your white privilege, Jesus.
Yeah. I'll be able to hang out with Snoop once we get to that level.
Dude, he was just here. He was in Tacoma.
Oh, really?
Friday and Saturday he was in Tacoma. Yeah.
The score?
I did score. Yeah. From it.
I just think that it's. I know that my smart friends are gonna fucking really hate on me for this. Beautiful. This excludes the both of you, of course.
Well, it's hilarious that you think your smart friends listen to this.
I have a hard time. I can't get with evolution.
Why not? Really?
Not really. No.
You don't think it's just a product of time?
If it is, I can't wrap my head around that as much, like even more so than I can't wrap my head around the water required to carve out grain.
Naming all the lakes.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden it's a geology quiz.
And I don't propose that I'm a fucking genius, because I am far from it. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to know.
That's right. So I don't have to. I don't even care, really.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's not. I mean, because you're never gonna know.
Right. Well, who knows? Maybe I will.
And which smart friends they can find.
All I'm saying is that
I know who you're talking about. He doesn't listen anyway.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen.
I think that there could be some meddling involved. There could be some settling,
Some
some
stirring up.
petri dishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some swirling of the petri.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's this amazing debate that if you want a decent time, I wish you smoked weed because it'd be even better. But it's between Bill Nye the Science Guy and this young Earth creationist named Ken Ham. Have you ever heard of this guy, Ken Ham? He's been in the news a lot lately. He built a museum that's like the shape of the Ark in Kentucky. So it's a full, like you go visit it with your kids. There's like walk through like animatronics of Noah and, oh, we have to shovel the poop. And like the photos of Adam and Eve in the museum, they're all like Caucasian. The photos of all. It's so great.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this guy. No, I haven't heard of him.
Dude. So they have a debate it's on YouTube. It's like an hour and a half long about evolution and the creation story. And it is so rough to hear. Like that Ken Ham guy gets beat so bad that it's like,
Well, listen, man. I've never heard anyone talk about, okay, everyone's like, oh, it's ridiculous to think that there would be a ship of any kind built at that time, especially, purely out of timber, that could house two of every animal that they were trying to, like, first of all, they didn't have access to zebras there. Okay.
no.
Or aardvarks. They didn't have aardvarks. They didn't have them. Okay. So I don't know where aardvarks came from. Did they crawl out of the ocean?
Prairie dogs.
Right. Any of it. Okay. So
Salamanders.
Woolly mammoth.
exactly. There's that.
We could go on.
You want to go on?
I want you.
Wanna go on?
Squirrels.
I want you to keep going on.
Yeah.
Bloodhounds.
Yeah. Pistachio nut.
Praying mantis.
Walnut. Pine nut.
Pterodactyl.
In the
Bok.
long line of movie references. That's the
I
one
was at a
that
different
Redding you can get.
Starbucks. I saw her across the street.
So, okay, there's that, right? But then here's the thing, and I only thought of this because you were like, they're shoveling the poop. What did these motherfuckers eat? Because they weren't eating the animals. There was only two of them. They had to preserve them. And then the animals had to eat. That's a lot of animals to feed. Anyone ever work on a farm?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Keeping those things alive.
I've not worked on a farm.
Well, it's a lot. And you know what's fucking weird is the story as it's told. The chapter before it says 2 animals, it says 7 animals each. 7 of each guy.
That's three and a half times bigger than
How could you even fit that many animals on a,
I don't want to be on that boat. I'm gonna opt off and be like, no, that's okay.
right.
You'd be swimming in shit. I mean, you'd be literally swimming in shit.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get it all out. My favorite part about the Ark Museum is last year they had to sue their insurance company because this big museum, this big boat that's out in the open, got so much damage from rain.
Water damage.
And white Jesus is just like,
Yeah, and I mean, it's fun for me.
erosion. Yeah, it's funny. Erosion.
Right?
Yeah.
But the stuff you probably get mad about with the incoherency with the Bible, it's hard because reading through the Bible now as an adult, it's like I didn't realize how much of a lens I had viewed the entire world through. Like, they had even taught me how to read the Bible. And so you kind of derive these like interpretations, if you will, of it that maybe aren't the best or correct. And so
I don't get mad when I hear you guys reading it because I'm not invested in any way.
Yeah.
It's like watching a soap opera. Like when your favorite character gets killed, do you get mad? No, it's a show. Like when the hero is tied up and the train's coming down the line, are you nervous? No, he's the hero.
Probably gonna live through it or come back to life. Present company
even
included.
that lens.
So I don't care.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to start off with brown and white Jesus is like, I don't believe in either of you, but I appreciate you being here. So like no, it's like so what do you fucking got to say for yourselves?
I saw a great bumper sticker here in Hudson last month, and it said "Honk if you're not real." It's great.
That's great.
I thought it was awesome.
Stung White Jesus with that one.
That was fucking funny. Yeah, good weed.
That's good.
Good friends. Christmas spirit.
So Squires, you listened to the Dave Dieter episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the other day he came out to one of the show we did, and
Yeah.
he brought his girl with him, and he was hanging around backstage, and he started talking about how he came over here and did the show, and his girl was like, we were supposed to go for a bike ride after that show, but Dave came home and he was so stoned. He had a plate of tacos and then he slept for like 3 days.
That's funny.
Because we're just in this little room, the room you did DMT in.
Yeah.
Leif just like
No, I did DNT.
YNT. Yeah.
I did YNT.
There was absolutely no moving the needle whatsoever.
I did DNT.
YNT. Yeah.
Don't.
Didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, don't.
Exactly. Yeah, this little ventless room entirely lacking in circulation. He was doing what he's doing right there. Just like
I can put him away.
Yeah.
The fact that we get free weed now for the podcast doesn't help either.
I think it helps. It totally helps.
Yeah, well, not my
I like how you
tolerance.
continue to use the pronoun we.
like even if I did smoke weed, how could I get it from our supplier?
Right.
Yeah, we did.
Or
Yeah,
just put on your Oculus, bro.
yeah, bruh.
What do you call it when you blow the smoke from one mouth to another? What's that called?
Shotgunning.
Yeah, just put on your Oculus. I'll shotgun you.
Fucking digital shotgun you. It's just my dick.
Put on your Oculus. Close your eyes.
Trust me, it's gonna be rad.
When does the smoke come out?
I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking, you know what's happening to both
That's
of you.
not smoke.
Oh.
We're gonna get canceled.
We're gonna get a
If
Patreon.
anybody was listening, but no one is. So it's
We're
okay.
gonna get a Patreon. I'm gonna learn how to read Greek because I can finally stop doing all these fix and flips.
Maybe, it'd be nice.
Right.
Have the moratorium canceled.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this whole not listening, cancel it. Listen.
Listen. Yeah, psychedelic church time.
You guys should start a Patreon though.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, it's just
You
literally.
should, Leif, you should stop telling me what to do. And
And you want me to start telling you what to do?
no, definitely not. I really like the implications of that.
Yeah.
You're not my friend.
But start a Patreon. Don't be a fucking dingaling.
Yeah, no,
Stop yelling. Stop yelling.
no,
I'm
we
just
will.
saying.
No, you have good advice. I
Yelling at
take
me
it.
with your eyes.
Remember that one time you were like, you should stop drinking. And I was like, oh, you're probably right.
Which
You were
time was
right.
that?
It was at a hotel in Portland after I tried to fight 3 guys just walking down the street.
Like some guys like called us faggots or something, and Leif was like, "I'll fuck your face." And I was like, Leif, like it's like you and me and like maybe one of the backup singers or something. It's like she's not fighting anyone. Like it's just like you and me.
Come on, let's get him.
These 3 like probably dudes that became Proud Boys. You know, they're like fucking
Right.
Portland knucklehead dudes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left my brass knuckles at home, but those guys have 2 sets each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Emboldened.
We've all been there.
Never.
How soon, what year did you stop drinking, Mike? Was the last time you drank?
Well, December 1st,
Mhm.
2016.
Oh,
So yeah, I
that's
had
the
it.
last you went because
I
so
had a short, like, 10-month drinking spell here in New York where I was like, everything's great. I
Mm.
could drink. I could totally drink.
in
Like
2000,
within
in,
a
two-
within a matter of weeks, I was like watching the sun come up on the stoop with like fucking some strange hobo from the neighborhood. Like, drinking.
wait, so but you went a long time, and then you had a few weeks of
Few,
uh
10 months. Yeah, I've
10 months.
5 years, and then
So when did the 5 years start?
the most recent one,
No, the first time
oh, like 2009.
was right after London.
No, no, it took me a little while
Well,
still
wasn't
after
that? I mean, was that 2008?
that. Seven.
Could have been 2007
Why?
because I had cancer.
Yeah. I mean, you probably fucking did that tour with a colostomy bag. I mean,
I did not.
you
No,
did some
because
gigs.
I did no, but you know what? Watch this. Hold on.
You don't have to show us. I've seen enough already.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, why are you asking?
Because I forgot this was there. Well, this doesn't
Yeah.
say what year it is.
Come
Oh,
on, buddy.
September. So it's September 2008, maybe. What's he doing?
That sounds right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Look
And
at
then
that.
you quit. You quit like in 2009. What's that? Oh, you quit to doggy.
Is that
And then
Rosie?
You
That's
quit in
big.
2000.
That's Biggie.
That's
Mr.
big.
Big.
Biggie looks bigger.
No, look at him.
Yeah, he's a tiny guy.
He's
Oh.
a small little buddy.
You should see how small mine is.
Mine's smaller than
What?
both.
Don't you?
You don't have to show us.
Hey, bro, you sure? Hey, this robe is really flowing.
I mean,
It's just easy access, bro.
It's just standing up, really. It's not really
It's
showing.
crazy.
anything.
It forgives sins too. You wouldn't believe.
15% bigger underwater. You're looking at it from outside.
That's why the whole baptism thing, the lake. Just,
Jesus, Jesus, take a deep breath.
It's good times.
yeah.
Are we going to talk about anything?
Well, yeah, sure. I actually, so because we were having double Jesus talk, I didn't prepare any Bible stuff. So right before you came on, I did find one of my favorite Jesus sayings.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let me go back. Okay. Oh, no, we'll skip that part. Okay. So this is Matthew 25:34. Then the king, Matthew 25, yeah, 34, sorry. Oh, no. Fucking app, go away.
This is going great.
Well, luckily I can edit that out because my memory verses just popped up.
The funny thing is, I hear you say, "I'll edit this out."
Yeah.
a lot in the podcast.
And never.
It's just kind of funny, right? I think people want the honesty. Anyway, Matthew 25:34. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothing, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you as a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of those least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me."
So whatever you
Dude,
do
shit.
for the least of my brothers, that you do unto me.
Yeah, because it's really hard to be reading the Bible as much as I am and find positive things about it, honestly. And so, like, I feel like on the podcast, I'm constantly just like a naysayer. But like that verse, I think that's fucking rad. Like from the top down, it's like the orphan, the widow, the prisoner. Who visits prisoners and like helps them out? What if we did? What would this culture be like? What would this society be like? I think it'd be better. It doesn't even matter what you believe about the
Be broke.
JC.
A lot of money made in prison.
Big industry.
It is a big industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like my favorite part though is like because I used to try to evangelize to you guys way back in the day, but it's always been these stoned faces.
I don't remember you ever trying to evangelize. I think you were maybe if you weren't past that, I don't think you brought that.
Well, I'm just not annoyed with it. I
think you were trying to convince yourself around us.
Well, yeah, because you guys had better arguments than mine, and it was really unfortunate because I'd never come up against real arguments. You know what I'm saying? Because all the friends I would make in bands would just be nice and be like, then you guys would be like, what?
You need a drink.
Yeah.
Mike, I gotta ask Squires this because we've gone around and around. White Jesus and I have. Did you actively know that Leif was going to be a virgin when he got married? And how did you possibly allow that to happen?
Well, I wasn't going to fuck him.
Well, I mean, honestly, seriously, I mean, what kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you then?
Well, that's not for me to decide.
It could have been. Very easily.
I was going to say that that's the opposite of what you tell me on stage. Well, right before I go into a solo,
because it's usually I'm gonna fuck your ass tonight.
I've said some of the worst things.
He's all talk. This one, he's got no bite.
Just like trying to get him to break his cool.
I'm gonna spit in your face and slap you.
I'm serious to this day. No one's ever beat him.
Yeah,
like sometimes scared.
But honestly though, thinking about getting married a virgin and having no like guideline, no guidance whatsoever on what to do once you get that little pink beaver looking at you.
Right. Well,
like that's kind of.
I mean, like I knew he was a virgin leading up to marriage. And I guess I just thought to myself, how's this going to work? What happened? I mean,
they had a baby. He figured it out, but
right, at least once.
I don't know. It's like it's something that like it's not going to be one of my greatest life regrets, but it's like I can't imagine. I think I feel that must have been what I was doing. The same thing, like, well, whatever. That's like, wow, look, nice job.
If you have a friend who's like drinking too much or doing too many drugs or any sort of behavior where you're like, I should say something, but also people only learn from, people don't really learn from other people telling them. Otherwise, the Bible would really work. Right? Otherwise, every religious text would set us so straight that there would be no war, there would be no famine, there would be no fucking any terrible bullshit that is occurring. People don't give a fuck what you have to say.
Okay, yes, but I do learn from my friends' mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty smart. But still, your own. Nothing's like your own.
Like, I think that, of course, nothing's like your own, but I like to think that, your friends are the people. You don't have to break every wave. You don't have to learn every lesson because your friends are out there learning their lessons too. And it's like, that's kind of why you're friends. Is like
the other thing you don't do is you don't jump in on your friends' relationships and say, hey, I know you're engaged to be married, but why don't you go fuck a bunch of chicks just to get it out of your system, and so sort of like
I know.
how to
And that one specifically is not something you. I mean, if that's something you've been holding up, but it's so like, okay, how about this, Leif? If you had to do it all over again, would you do it the same?
Oh, that's such a hard question. Well, my life's so cool now. Like, it's so cool now that like it would be really hard to wanna. I get so stoned that sometimes I think that's possible, and I always in my mind I'm like, no, I'm gonna make every fucking mistake that leads me right to here because I like it so much. But like, maybe a better way to say it is that I'm going to teach my kids about sex, and I'm not going to, force them into my version of dating like my family did. I'm not going to do this, make them go through the same hell I had to go through.
Yeah.
Because it's really, people don't understand unless they've done it. It's like really weird, man. It's really, the whole purity culture thing really fucks with your brain in a not natural way, because even if you jerk off, you're like, that's sinning. You got to like admit it to your pastor that you did it. You got to like call him up.
Show me how you did that.
Yeah. Excuse me, Pastor Dan.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Last time I did this weird overhand thing because it kind of felt like a stranger, and then I went lefty overhand with a right hand undertickle, and it was
for some reason I punched it right at the end, and it just felt so good.
Now, is this right? Am I doing it right?
It's like
I
choked it like it owed me money.
It's still wrong because it feels right.
And for some reason it spit on me. I don't. What the?
Are you sure?
Yeah, for real.
National Geographic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that is funny because you guys did. That's the first version of Leif you met, which is so hilarious because I was like, I didn't know you could touch boobs. So all of a sudden I'm hanging out in green rooms with you guys. And
for the record, I never made out with you.
Not once. I did punch your boobs a couple times, but that wasn't romantic in any way. Oh, Jesus. Wait, that's a lie, Mike. I caught you guys making out that one time.
Did you?
When? I've made out with a lot of dudes. I don't think I've made out with Squires.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
You would
I'm not
remember. I'm a good kisser.
I don't.
Yeah, I use it to win fights. It's for shaving. I was smaller. Back then. I had to use my brain. But you know what else is I'm kind of dancing around is hilarious? Is like you both and one other loaded member that is not present literally taught me everything I know about sex. Because
I feel bad for you.
That's so
really
funny.
It was terrible.
Disturbing, really.
You were the first friends that would talk openly about it. So we'd be in the van, like, because like no one's even allowed to talk about the porn they like. Obviously, you can't even look at porn in the circles I grew up in. So it's like, yeah. This maybe I have to edit that part out. Is this
why?
No, taking us down a cul-de-sac.
I have an admission to make.
What's
not an e-mission, right?
I'm into nun porn.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm not
shit
Catholic.
Rules.
I'm not Catholic. I don't have any Catholic guilt. I don't have any Jesus guilt. But like, just like, and just even, just like I put Redding in a nun's outfit, and I'd be like, oh,
again.
Who are you?
I'm listening.
Hello.
I don't know. There's something about that. What do you call it? The hammock, the smock. What is the thing called? The habit.
The hammock.
A nun's hammock. It's just so inviting. Could use that garment as a hammock.
The robes are pretty badass. There's enough mystery. There's enough easy access.
Yeah, like maybe there's not wearing shit under there, right? Like maybe it's just like
yeah, who
garters
knows
and
what.
maybe something you don't know about. Maybe something.
All the way back to like the earliest years when you and I had like first met, like playing at the Color Box, 1993 or whatever, Reading.
Jesus.
We'll see. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I had like
So
weird pictures of like nuns with their thing pulled up with like their underwear showing.
Woo. Browntown. You know, what's funny is I remember the first time as meeting you at the Lava Lounge in like 96, 97.
That wouldn't have been the first time.
Yeah, but we ended up like throwing the football out in front of the sit and spin that you had in the back of your truck. That's the first time
having a toss.
That's the first time.
No, but I was in Eat the Feeling.
I know, but I don't remember that. Like, I remember we played together, right? We played shows together, right?
Yeah.
But
what band was he in? Where were you in, Ready?
What was your band called?
There was
Silly
Moonshine, Laughing Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Laughing Man. Yeah. But in my brain, the first time I remember Mike Squires, like I remember Eat the Feeling, but the first time I recall Mike Squires, you were standing right here behind me and Lisa O'Leary at the Lava Lounge for like a half an hour, just standing there, being Mike Squires, like out of the box. Like my relationship with you was exactly you standing behind me as if we'd been friends for fucking 20 years, like just waiting for me to realize it. That's what I remember about you.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it was the, and then it was like, I'm like, and then like we walked, I think Lisa and I were still living together at that point, or maybe, and it was like, that guy's a weirdo. That's a good weirdo though, right? Good weirdo, right?
But we did go throw the football. Did you guys get in the back of my truck and go for a ride around the corner to the sit and spin?
You were parked over in front of Bad Animals. You were parked like right in front of Bad Animals. So we walked over there. That's across the street from Sit and Spin.
Yeah. Okay.
So we were throwing the ball along 4th Avenue or 5th Avenue, whatever that one that is. And I can't remember. I think it was I know it was Lisa at the Lava Lounge. And I was working there, and she had an apartment right around the corner there. Oh, so I didn't live there. I think we were just friends at that point. But yeah, it was there. That we didn't. I was not going to ride in the back of your truck. Those days were over for me.
I would have.
Yeah,
I can imagine. I can't imagine playing football in the middle of a street at 2:30 in the morning now. Although I wish that I still felt like that was something that could happen in my life.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite parts of tours, like having a mitt and a ball, just like in the middle of New York, fucking having a toss in the middle of the street after a gig. It's the best.
Frisbee is a lot.
Frisbee is way easier. Yeah.
I like the football best, but whatever.
I first met you at Rocket Records. You scared the fucking shit out of me. Squires. Do you remember that? At that gig, you had the Firebird.
Yeah, I had a Greco Firebird.
Yeah,
and my Soldano probably.
Yeah. And you were I was over looking at a magazine, and you came over and just like, isn't this the fucking shit? And you point at like Def Leppard, like on the cover of this magazine. And I was like,
and it is.
You were right.
Recognize.
Yeah. You actually hold the record for like most artists that I still listen to that you introduced me to. You know what I'm saying? Like Super Drag, Biggie.
You keep track? You keep a...
Yeah. I judge friends on their taste. Yeah.
That's part of your Christian background, isn't it?
I guess so.
I
wasn't even aware.
Judging.
Judgy, ranking.
Well, and also you figure,
I mean, he didn't judge not unless you be judged.
But you got to figure also he didn't start listening to secular music until he met you. So it's like you're foundational. Like his record collection is all Squires. It's like he doesn't even have it in alphabetical order. It's like who introduced him to it.
Yeah, it's like Burke, Squires.
Yeah.
The Beals in there.
I just made that up. I don't know if that's accurate.
That's 100% accurate. Yeah, well, I was really like that guy from Kingpin. I was like the bowler. You guys We're the only ones that recognized it.
They were all
gonna be-
bowlers.
You're not going to be able to have but a kid or two with those narrow hips.
When he has to fuck the girl, the landlord.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
What are you guys gonna do for Christmas?
We are kid free, so mushrooms, I'm assuming.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, have a chill day.
So Friday we're gonna do our own. We're gonna do Christmas here Friday morning and Friday afternoon and have dinner here, and then Christmas Eve we're going to Katie's family's in Tacoma, and then Sunday night we're gonna have my sister and brother over here for Christmas dinner.
Nice.
What about you?
How about you? Yeah.
We'll have Christmas Eve dinner with my mother-in-law and then probably lay low. Christine's pretty sick right now, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping I don't get sick because I work the day after Christmas.
Yeah. So Katie just got that. Is it she got a hack? Is it a cough?
Like some kind of flu. It's like gnarly.
So Katie, I think, just got that yesterday. And so there's a chance we're not going anywhere.
That's a pretty good chance.
My sister is going to, my nephew lives in Paris and has been there for a few years, like since before COVID. And they're supposed to, the whole family's supposed to go out there on the 27th. So if Katie's still feeling it, we'll probably just cancel dinner here.
Yeah.
Order pizza.
Well, no, I'm still making a turkey, motherfucker. I want the soup afterwards. And I bought fucking Cole totally made fun of me because my favorite part of Thanksgiving or Christmas or Thanksgiving is gravy.
Yeah.
And I was at Met Market the other day and I'm like, oh, and there's never enough fucking gravy. It always runs out. And I'm not good at making it. I don't make great gravy. So I saw there were like the quarts of it, the fucking Met Market gravy. So I bought 3 of them. Cole's like, wow. We've got 72 ounces of gravy. We should be fine. Like, fuck you, man. You don't get any. I didn't say that last part. I just said the fuck you, man part.
It's weird when your kids get to that age where they're just completely unimpressed by you. Have you?
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, it hasn't happened? My
Dude,
kids are just like, you're not funny, Dad. That's just what I hear all the time.
You fucking, you know what you do? You put them out in the cold for 2 days and see who they think is funny after that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see Clockwork Orange?
Yeah. I actually have not seen that movie.
What?
I've been catching up ever since, I'm serious, ever since I started loading up you guys' gear. I've been like watching movies.
You should watch Clockwork Orange.
I think I should.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, I might do it tonight. Actually, then.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Or wait till you take mushrooms and take it to Christmas.
I've watched it on acid before.
What was
So
that like?
yeah. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an acid trip on itself. So it's kind of like X
So
Factor.
it just like doubles it up.
Yeah. That's a good
Man, we ate 700 milligrams of weed and went and saw Avatar last night.
Ooh.
Like
And
in 3D. Oh, it's fucking rad. It was a bit long when you're that high. And
What else do you got to do? You're gonna be,
yeah, but it's like, because I don't know, I was like really high, like really, really high, you know, like driving home wasn't hard, but I was definitely like
driving home.
yeah, it was like, I didn't think this one.
Is this still the movie theater?
It's fucking
Wait,
weird.
is this still it? Are
was
we in it?
3D,
Are we
right?
doing
Because
this?
you're sitting there under the water like the whole fucking time, and you're like, wow, this is a really immersive experience, you know.
I saw that first one at the whatever the Omni fucking super duper max mega
IMAX.
screen.
Yeah,
The Enormo
suck
Dome.
my dick a thought.
Right.
Yeah.
On mushrooms. And I don't remember what it's about.
Yeah. Just the visuals were so
I was
overwhelming.
like, oh, great movie. I didn't bother seeing it afterwards because it was a great experience. That's what I remember about it.
Yeah. They're both
So-
fantastic.
I was
Both great.
texting with a buddy of mine I was supposed to meet up with. And
This story sounds like bullshit already.
fair enough. But I asked him what he did the night before. He's like, oh, mushroom chocolates and ecstasy. I'm like,
Ooh.
where'd you get the ecstasy? And he's got a line on the goods, like the pharmaceutical grade, and he's got a bunch of them that he bought from a guy. And I'm like, okay, don't care how much. How many can I have?
Yep.
Sorry, that's the end of the story.
Ringing the new year correctly.
Yeah. We don't have them yet, but
that's influencer guy when my buddy Josh, when he was like,
Never done drugs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, that guy, him and me are like strangely the same fucking person. Like we text all the time now because we have the same life. He's just gotten out of the church.
Except that you do a lot of drugs.
I got out earlier than him. I do a lot of drugs.
well, he started way later than you.
Yeah. He just started now.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
this is a
he
recent
started-
thing.
No, I mean he started his religious bent later than you.
Yeah, for different reasons. And it's cool. Like he went to a mega.
It was on
church.
purpose. He did it on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah,
you
he
were
found Jesus. I was born into that shit.
Crazy to me that he found his way to Jesus in high school as a punk rock guy.
I think
Mike,
that's so badass, in my opinion. I love that kind of burn the bridges type people trying to find truth and shit.
Well,
you
there
know?
was a movement of that.
Yeah, right. The straight edge shit.
And
Well,
I
and
don't
also-
fault trends.
Pretty trendy.
I don't fault it. Like people, whatever.
Well, and
if we were a world of individuals, it would be a way more fucked up place.
And fun.
yeah, and it's funny that punk rock.
Not
I mean,
bad.
what year did he graduate? You know,
I'm not sure. He's like 1-2 years older than me, so we're the same age. I'm not sure though.
what year did you graduate then?
I'm bad with school stuff. 2000 would have been.
So right around. So him getting into punk rock and him getting into religion, at that point they were kind of the same thing. It was really popular. There was a uniform to wear, and there were venues that were gigantic.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's a community.
Yeah.
Which I remember that that band when you moved to Seattle and they had the ad. It was something around
Stony Bone Child.
where it was like want you to be open minded but not so
Oh, yeah.
open. Yeah, what is that quote?
Uh,
Hair and attitude of must.
looking for band members that aren't so open-minded that they hate Christians.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's like
There was a band, Shovel Jerk. Rouse played with them. They were looking for a bass player, and I was like, looking
Shovel
for a
Jerk
band.
that was the end of Black Happy.
Right. Those guys are Christian.
Oh, they did really well too. Well, I mean, not really well comparatively to the lottery winners.
Right.
mm,
They did
But-
fine. But anyway, they were Christian,
Okay.
and they were like, hey, we're looking for open-minded bass player, but not someone so open-minded that they hate Christians. That's what their ad said.
Oh, that's
right.
Did you play with them? Oh, that was
No,
before.
but that statement fucked me up. I was like, oh,
yeah.
is that how open-minded I am? I'm so open-minded that I think I'm smarter than people that I don't agree with.
That's good.
That changed a lot for me.
It's pretty rad, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great argument. Like sometimes people make great arguments even when they're fucking retards.
It's true. Some of the greatest arguments come from retards.
It's true.
So true. So true.
And look,
See.
I'm not a Christian, but you're a Christian. I don't. What do I care?
Just hum on a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
Not my life.
Yeah.
Just don't ask me to kneel with you. Don't ask me to go take communion. Don't ask me to wear funny underwear. Don't ask me to wear a funny hat.
What about if I ask you to wear no clothing and drink some psychedelic wine administered by some priestesses? Would you do that?
Can I see some pictures?
You got to fast for 30 days, and there's like a 30-mile walk involved. But at the end of it, you're going to meet God. Because I think that's what our church is.
All of that shit sounds great. I mean, that stuff sounds great to me. I could use a 30-day fast at this point in my.
See what I'm saying?
Here.
I say, if you build it, they will come.
This is sort of like the Noom of churches. That's like a psychedelic Noom.
It's from that
What-
fucking book.
What's a Noom?
Noom
What
is
is
a
Noom?
diet app. It's like
Is it?
you log everything you eat.
Dude,
It works. I used it. I lost 20 pounds. Yeah, it's fucking great. As soon as you're looking, if you're honest with yourself, when you're lying to yourself because you know what you ate. And if you didn't put it in there, you're like, I cheated. Then you're like, you feel guilty. So you put everything in there. It tells you all the walking you do, 30 miles.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
It straight up is.
psychedelic religious Noom.
What?
You got to make it an app. That
What if-
way.
Oh,
But if it's
this
a
is what-
religious app, then it's tax free and people have to buy it.
yeah, yeah.
So it's not like tithe. It's like, well, that's a tithe.
It is a tithe. Yeah.
You just pay your tithe through the app store.
God bless America.
But yeah, that's in this. All that shit is.
Happy to be sitting on the board with you guys.
Thank you, because we watch you there.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fine, White Jesus.
Thank you, because I'm serious. If you need to read that Immortality Key book. know
I read
you
it.
listened. Well, oh, you read it. That's what it is. That's the mystery.
It's me that hasn't read it yet.
I read it. You guys haven't read the book that I bought you for Christmas
Lamb?
years ago. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
Forgive me.
Oh, I don't. Is
Oh,
it on an app?
It's an audio book.
He gave
you
it
don't
to
even
me,
have
yeah.
to read it.
No, I have it downloaded. I have
See,
it
that's
downloaded.
because you're a dick. And it's
Is it on
it's a little
Audible?
bit rude.
Is it on
it's
Audible?
amazing. No, it's on Apple Books or whatever.
Where the
It's an
fuck do you find
audiobook.
that?
Huh?
Where do you find that?
Where do you find it?
Apple Books? Yeah.
To be honest, if he already gave it to you, if you just download the iBooks,
Open up the
is what it's
book
called.
app.
Yeah, iBooks, I believe, or is it just books?
It's just called Books.
And it will probably populate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of a purchase, it'll just say.
Oh, there's one that says books.
yeah.
Right.
Apple Books is great.
Just like there's one that says music and one that says podcast.
Life's penis.
Right.
I deleted that one.
Squires and I
Well,
had
no,
a,
with my glasses aren't strong enough. It was too small. I couldn't see it.
Squires and I had an
I'm gonna
hour long.
scrub it.
Nothing. Crickets on that one. Sorry.
Sorry, bro. Squires and I had an hour-long conversation about me doing Jesus porn. Back towards the end of the pandemic, there when money was real tight, I was like,
You
Look.
understand? You understand he was jerking off. You understand he was jerking off the whole time.
"Oh, I could hear it," but
I think. Look, I know that it would be offensive. Like it would like
right? Very.
there's nothing more offensive, and intentionally so. It's like this is a person who is a religious
Very
figure,
important.
like of the highest level,
Highest-
right?
He's the dude. He's everyone's dude.
And if you have him just like coming off the cross and banging just everyone,
Or maybe just having someone suck his dick while he's on the cross.
There are
Seriously.
so many scenarios.
That might be
just
a
like
little more.
some Roman soldiers, or
Oh,
just
it's
like
gay.
Judas,
It's-
just like
Oh, it's gay porn.
It's got to be
Could be.
from every
it's all
angle.
of it.
But what about so?
Okay, so what about that?
Like,
You know it's going to
we
be
were just
offensive.
because I was like thinking about doing a Jesus OnlyFans for the podcast, where I just like do like
it
dick
would
pics
be
in sexy
wild.
ways. For just
probably would be wildly popular. I mean, I've never Googled it because I don't want to have that in my algorithm. But
Right. It's kind of like a cowboy guitar player guy, who's like wandering around with,
yeah,
booty
except with
shorts on.
more penis
except with more cock and more hair, less hat, less guitar, more robe.
and more offensive. But I just would cash in. That's
Yeah.
Papa needed some money at the time. But like, there's so like, have you ever seen those? Those porns where the guys deliver pizza and it's just like their dick in the box. Do you remember these?
That's,
It's the weirdest. Davidson was super into it, but like,
he was. He ordered a lot of pizza.
under the
I love that guy. I
he
love
loved
that
his pizza.
guy. God bless Jack Davidson.
Pizza
But,
again,
like,
huh? You have that for breakfast?
I'm playing the lottery, man.
One of them's gonna be that guy.
One of them's gonna show up with a pepperoni.
Yeah.
So fucking, but yeah, Jesus feeds the 5,000, right? So he's like, it's like me out on the hillside of all those people. It's like, but they're hungry, Lord. And I'm like, bring me the baskets of bread.
It's got a hole in the bottom like a popcorn.
You see what I'm saying? There's like,
You need to knead the bread.
Wow.
Yeah.
there's a lot.
It's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, even just the water to wine angle, just the first miracle, like that party could get really hot right after that. You know what I'm saying? It's endless scenes already written for us.
Just like Maidens Gone Wild.
The lost gospel of Mary Magdalene.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene.
Oh my God.
Yuck. Mary
Wow.
banged it in.
Yeah, apparently she did.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. My favorite part is, I know this is the opposite of the podcast you wanted, but this is the exact podcast I wanted.
This is what you're looking
This
for.
is exactly
Like, man.
what I wanted to do.
Congratulations, you win again.
What else? Do you guys have any more notes? Because I didn't even know this was going to happen an hour ago.
No, we just wanted a break from reading. To be honest, I've studied the Bible so much. Sometimes we just need a break from like.
I've been into this Enoch shit.
It's pronounced.
crazy.
It's pronounced Reading.
Readings.
Oh, the Book of Reading?
No, we're tired of Reading, so we just wanted to,
No, we're never tired of reading.
Oh, Mr. Reading.
wanted a break from reading. It's Reading.
Mr. Reading.
Yeah, Enoch though, right? Enoch's
Enoch.
fucking crazy.
What about Enoch?
Yeah, we're not tired
like-
of Enoch.
It's so much cooler than any book that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I don't-
inclusive. Like it covers all the bases, and a lot of the ones from that are. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
It's fucking crazy. And what
Yeah.
you cut out there.
No, I just I went like this.
No, he had a seizure in his mouth.
Looks like I froze, but I didn't.
I can superimpose that with the Reading climbing the climbing with the part where it's exactly.
I hope most people are just listening because this is just really just.
Have I explained that Lamb book to you guys?
Yes, you have.
Because did you say that you read or watched the documentary of Jesus
going
in
to-
India?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He has.
It's like that, but more.
Right. Remember the part where I said, yes, you told us about it?
Yeah. Well, maybe you. I don't know if I told Leif about it.
Yeah,
He's the only one that even knows what an Apple book is.
Yeah.
I actually listened to the first couple chapters. I just didn't finish Lamb.
Will you send it again? Because I don't have it in here. I looked and it's not in here.
But
Nope.
do you know there's a
Nope.
story.
Fuck you.
I would, but I'm not going to.
I would, but fuck you.
There's a crazy Bible.
Very much.
From the Gospel of Thomas, which is this Jesus in India
That's
shit.
not a real one, is it?
It's not included. It was
It's the
found way
Gospel-
later, and it has a lot of
Gospel of John Thomas.
it has a lot of holes. Well,
Gospel
and it was
Barrel.
basic. As far as I know, I might be wrong because again, it's apocryphal, but I believe he's Jesus' twin brother. But there's a story from that's so crazy. This woman is in betrothed. She's supposed to be engaged to this guy, and he becomes a follower of Christ. And at that time, it's very popular to not get married and not have sex because Jesus is coming back at any second, and like they want to like, no, I got to live straight for this. So that just kind of entangles me. So
If you do the first one, don't you do a lot of the second one?
right. So they don't got time for that, right? So it's like they got to be about the gospel of Jesus, right? So this fucking so this guy goes to the girlfriend and tells her this. He's like, we're not going to have sex. And she like gets so frustrated. I think he kills her. And then he goes to church. I hope I'm getting this right because I only hear about this shit from scholars that I love, and I haven't read it myself. But he kills her, goes to church. The Thomas or the prophet, whoever, like sees through, like, you have blood on your hands. They go back, raise the girl from the dead, and she gives them this huge account of what hell is like. Like, please don't send me back. Like, I won't fuck. I promise I won't fuck. Like, kind of rad, I think. See, the Bible stuff derails everyone. It's just boring for everyone but me.
A believable story.
It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, like Enoch, at least.
Like they didn't go to Jesus. Like Jesus had he just went to church, and the guy read from the Bible, just like the guy there was like, let's go raise her from the dead and see what's going on.
There's a lot of raising from the dead in the Bible. They do it all
the
the
New
time.
Testament.
In
The
the
New
Old
Testament.
Testament too, man. I just read in Samuel. It happens a bunch. Like Jesus is a necromancer. He's raising kids from the dead. He's raising leaders from the dead. Raises himself from the dead. Like, actually, I used to like yell at in certain fights. I'd be like, "You worship a Jewish zombie. Shut the fuck up." He's a zombie necromancer.
You would yell that at people while you were fighting them?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. This is last year.
That was about 4 or 5 ago. Yeah, no, I'm much more calm now. That's not true.
The weed helps.
So, do you have any Christmas advice to give, Squires? How do you bring joy to the holiday season?
I just don't care. I mean, I don't care. I just stay out of the way. That's my advice. Stay out of the way.
Have a good time all the time.
That's it. Look, I'm a 50-year-old white guy. It's my job, just in general, stay out of the way. Just get out of the way. You're moving slow. You're walking down the middle. You're standing in the fast lane. You're
the jam.
Get the fuck out of the way. Yeah. Don't make people pass you on the right. That's my advice to everyone on Christmas, on Yom Kippur, on fucking Chanukah, on fucking Kwanzaa, all of it.
Don't make people pass you on the right. That's fucking great advice. Bring joy. Oh my God, because we were just driving around the other day, 2 nights ago, and I'm like, it's snowing, and people are like, zoom. I'm like, sweetie, are people driving crazy? She's like, they always drive crazy during Christmas because they're. That's perfect advice, Mike. Perfect advice.
That's the best.
That's my advice. That's my universal advice. Like, let people believe whatever they want to believe. Who cares? Maybe it's true. What the fuck do you know? Like, God put dinosaur bones in the ground to fucking challenge the faith.
You know who else did? Hey,
over the course of millions of years.
Hey, Gary Ridgway did it. How come God can't?
Right. That's wow. For people listening in Denmark who don't know what Jeff is talking about, Gary Ridgway was a mass murderer in the Northwest who disposed of the bodies of prostitutes in the Green River Valley, right?
Yes.
He was called the Green River Killer.
Some of them. And then when they started getting on his tail, he would take them down to Oregon.
Oh.
So the authorities thought that the killer was moving down the coast. He would also go and revisit them and have sex with them.
Oh my God, I didn't know that part.
That's disgusting.
Sometimes.
How does he keep the maggots out of his pee-pee hole?
He doesn't. That was the best part, apparently. But sometimes this kid would be in the truck waiting for him. He'd be like, hold on, I got to go out there, sec on a little guy, and then and then come back and like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
How rude. What a rascal. That guy is a goofball.
He never got back in the truck, and his kid would be like, "Daddy, you smell like an octopus's butthole."
Yeah, I don't know. I think his kid is pretty young enough not to know better. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Paulson took as we were coming back from a gig in Tacoma. Paulson's like into all that, and Ridgway in particular. Like studied the whole case, downloaded all the discovery, took us by the house that he lived in during that whole. Yeah.
Do you know who the bailiff on that whole trial was?
Martin Fevier.
He was the convict. My dear friend Juanita Clemente.
She was the bailiff?
She's the bailiff on that in the trial.
She was the bailiff for the Gary Ridgway trial?
The Gary Ridgway trial?
How was it crazy?
It's crazy.
Was she really?
You know what I like to do after a nice trial? Strawberry quick.
Strawberry River.
What? Is she a bailiff by trade?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. For
so
the Honorable Judge Jones.
Do you know the Reichard? You know the guy that caught him? Became the congressman?
No.
Oh, Dave Reichard? Congressman from
Queen of the
Washington? He was
Queen of
the
the Reichard?
chief of police that ended up catching him.
Okay. The guy who Mark Harmon played in the movie?
Yeah, the lead singer of my band was dating his niece.
You guys know Sarah Wall?
Mm-mm.
She's like old school Seattle chick, and she became a lawyer.
Oh, is this Mr. Hands?
No, this is my she did the parenting plan when I was getting a divorce. And I go into her office, and up on the wall is fucking Green River Trucking. It's like a baseball jersey jacket. It's framed, and it says Greenway Trucking. Greenway, what the fuck is wrong with my mouth today?
I'm smoking so much weed, it's going.
Seriously, dude, knock it off. And on the name it says Gary, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, oh, my partner was his lawyer.
Ooh,
that's actually
that was his fucking job. I took a picture of it, but that was
he got some memorabilia.
He got some swag, yeah.
Nice.
Some yeah.
The I know you guys like to talk about the farm a lot, and I wanted to say a few things. While before that case broke wide open, I was on tour with the mute. You make reference a lot of times, like, oh, a guy, this and that. I don't know if I told you this or if you, but I was on tour with the husband of someone in the prosecutor's office.
You were on tour with someone. So it wasn't Irvy's. Wasn't someone that worked at Martin's? Wasn't it somebody that worked at? It was you.
Me, what? That told you this?
That had the person in the prosecutor's office. That had the relationship with the prosecutor's office person.
That's right. But Martin was there with us as well. I think he might have been the sound guy. So Martin was there also.
Oh, God bless him.
So it was you.
It was you.
And
you're the one that was there with the horse.
But yeah.
He was Bruce Willis the whole time.
I really wanted to make these stickers because here's the most remarkable thing about that whole. It's remarkable that people were getting fucked by horses.
People got broke wide open.
But here, the story broke wide open.
So did the dude.
Here's the remarkable thing is that in a technicality, it wasn't illegal.
What?
And I don't remember and the law was changed in the months following that case.
The loophole was closed.
Right. I think it had something to, and it's so fucking weird and and it's ridiculous. Yeah. But it had if there were dudes fucking sheep, that would be illegal. But if a horse was fucking a person, somehow that wasn't illegal.
It's the little twist. It's the little twist. See,
It's a thin line
there-
between stupid and sexy.
I felt inspired, and I can't believe that I didn't do it. It was a missed opportunity. But at the time, throughout life, I have a lot of ideas. Some of them I follow through on, a lot of them I don't. And this is one I didn't follow through on. I wish I would have.
What
I
was it?
wanted to make bumper stickers that say "horse fucking is not a crime."
Oh, it's too late now because now it is.
Now it is a crime. Now it just would be false advertising.
I thought you were talking about trying out horse fucking that whole time, but now I get it. Did you make the ribbons though? Did you
Yeah.
make those magnetic ribbons?
Yeah.
That was him. That was Mike.
I
That's
did.
still one of the best stories of all time, in my
Pretty
opinion.
I don't know what
We don't
happened to
need-
mine. I had like one of each.
So
I
for
don't think-
people, you made ribbons, and then you'd go around at night
Oh,
replace.
I made just stickers with just the words, and I put them over the words. I bought a bunch of ribbons myself, and when I saw one on a car, they're magnets, not stickers. As soon as I put it together, those are just magnets. Oh my God, I could make that. So I went to a flea market. I bought like 10 or 20 of them and had a bunch of little stickers made in that cursive that said all kinds of dumb shit. And
Who farted?
and then I would take that ribbon and put my ribbon on. I had one that said Nation of Islam. And yeah, buddy.
Well, and I don't think that. So the ribbon you're talking about is the one that everybody was using after 9/11, where
Support
it's
our
like
troops.
never support our troops, never forget that
Yeah.
old thing.
yeah,
And
That old,
Mike
that
had
old
a
bag.
that
Mike's
So I
not a
had I
marine.
had a messenger
Mike's a
bag.
marine. He can do
who
this.
farted.
I had a
Who farted?
messenger bag that I would carry around everywhere. And had all these ribbons and all whatever. It was a man bag, man purse. And I went on tour, and so if you just have stickers, you're set. So you see one,
So what else did they
grab
say?
one of yours, you take that off, you put this one on,
Yeah,
and you move on.
Nation of
I
Islam.
wanted to make one that said Assalamu alaikum, but I didn't know how to spell it, and I figured it would go over people's heads.
Yeah. So it was who farted.
Was stupid.
I was stupid. And Nation of Islam.
So then you just have an endless supply of ribbons. Like you take one and you have a new place to put a sticker. And I did it all over the country. On tour, truck
That's
stops. It's dangerous. If people see you fucking with their
With the car,
rig,
they get
Oh,
mad.
dude. Well, rightly so.
you get shot.
Sure, yeah.
Motherfucker
Zach and
gets
I-
shot.
Zach and I heard that story, and we had back when I had a little money, and very little, and we were like so inspired. We thought that was like the coolest thing. Like we were just like drunk talking about it, and we were gonna get fortune cookies with like "Don't get on the plane," and like he's cheating on you. Like we had like worked out a bunch of these, and we were just gonna like drop them in different Panda Expresses and stuff throughout the
Right.
country.
What would you do if you got a fortune cookie that said he's cheating on you?
It'd be weird, right?
Think.
Make you think.
Like in an alternate universe, you're gay or something.
Oh,
Oh man, this slipped through a time portal.
oh, that's no time portal.
Woo!
What else, boys? Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas memory or the funniest thing that ever happened on Christmas?
Oh, Jesus.
You probably have some fucking pretty Christian-y Christmas shit to talk about.
Yeah, and the weird part is for all the holidays, we would always have a lot of people over because you're evangelistic. So it's like all the strays. So I've literally had I've had Thanksgiving dinners where a wife and a husband that we invited over because they're having hard times are like getting a divorce at our table, like screaming at each other from across the table, while these other siblings that were never allowed to go anywhere else were like fist fighting. So like, and our house is unfinished, so it's like bear studs, bear wire, like lights hanging, you know. And I'm
Bear
sitting there.
Studs. That's the name of my blog.
Is it?
Yeah, my personal blog.
Yeah.
It's Christmas is go on from there because we've had like half the house fall off on Christmas, I believe. So we've had a lot of weird stuff. But the weirdest part is how personal they have to make it. And how much about Jesus it is, and like how many times you got to go to church, and like
It is his birthday.
it's not. His birthday was in October, September ish.
But it's what they tell you.
Yeah, and like then the other part is the group I grew up in. They're so like gung ho about it, and I kind of respect that about people. They take it seriously. They want to live it. They want to be Christians. But like, if you look at their nativity sets, they have angels and they have shepherds. And it's the weirdest thing to me because if you go to any church service, they're going to take all four of they're going to take the two gospels of Jesus' birth and like squish them together. And like, they're not meant to be squished together. They're like two different stories completely. It's the weirdest thing to me that like this mass hypnosis where we can take two different stories with two altering facts and details and squish them together. And like no one knows the difference, you know. It's like that's the shittiest. See, all the Christian stuff, it it kills boners. That's what I. This is what Christ is for.
For the record,
Is
for the
kills
record, I never had a
boners.
boner.
Kills boners dead.
God kills boners dead.
It's true. It's true. See,
Let me ask you this. They moved the Christmas holiday to where it is because it was a pagan holiday at that. Was it winter solstice and it's just in the vicinity of the winter solstice?
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, it amalgamates over time. All of Christianity changes a lot in the first years that it comes around.
Right.
And so by the time it kind of the
Now
traditions,
the details, like what are we going to do?
super deep. Yeah,
Like, how are
I
we
mean,
going to pass this down?
that's literally the Council of Nicaea was about creeds and what we believe, and yeah, and that's 328 AD. So and you know, to be in a lot of scholars say it's not until the printing press where everything's set in stone. That there's a lot of changes up until
Which is ironic.
It's like 1300s. So you know the
See that?
traditions
See what he did
are
there?
changing constantly. Yeah. See, it just kills boners.
Again, here's the thing. It's a lot of time and a lot of changes. An amount of changes that you can't even, not only can you
hard to
not
perceive.
imagine or fathom, you
A
can't
lot
even
of water.
you can't even speculate because could be 1 billion changes, could be 28 changes. You don't fucking know. You don't know, right?
Well, we
A lot
do
of changes.
between the manuscripts we have of the Bible that make up what we have of the Bible, computers haven't even calculated the amount of differences there are between them. So that can get
Oh, a lot
a lot.
is what you're saying.
More than 3.
Right. Won't fit in a bread box.
Now the stories stay the same. It's mostly spelling
essence.
errors. The
The
essence,
essence of
the
the
morals. Yeah.
Look,
Law of averages.
me and Jeff could do something in a room and walk out of the room, and the essence of what we did might still live.
No, I've been there.
You'd walk in there,
That's called green apple quick step practice.
but it's not the same as being in the room.
It's true.
It's not that it is a boner killer or it's not interesting. It's just like I don't care enough to be upset about it. Go ahead.
I don't care enough to be upset about it either. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just saying. I second the motion. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate because any logical mind will get there. Like you said, there's just
Because
so
it's
many
way
changes.
better for content if you care.
It's way better for content if you get mad.
I care too much. I care too. I've listened to
Well,
like
well,
five
that's-
books of the Old Testament this week. So, yeah.
No,
You know what?
yeah,
I
what?
support people's freedom to believe whatever they want. Yeah, like if you
Yeah.
want to be a non-vaxxer, what the fuck do I care? Go ahead. If
I
you
don't
want
know,
to
man.
believe in QAnon, go ahead. It is a free country. This is America. And
Yeah.
not for better or for worse. For worse. For worse.
This is the veteran talking, folks.
QAnon can exist because this is America. In Russia, those guys would get killed. If you ran around in Russia or China or fucking North Korea talking about how the people who run the show can fucking eat babies,
Well,
you'd be strung up.
no. You wouldn't even. Nobody would know what happened to you because you just disappear.
Just disappear.
You'd cease to exist.
Yeah, he went on a
Fell out of a
train.
window.
There'd be like a picture of you waving from a train, like looking very scared from a window. That was it.
He's going on.
I'm
going on
okay.
Going on vacation.
Last Facebook post. I'm going on vacation.
I'm okay, folks. I'm all right. I'm gonna be
Headed-
okay. I'll
Headed
see you later.
east from
It's fucking
Russia.
Alex Jones.
Gonna go check
just-
on some frogs down the
You would
line.
fall out of a window or you'd be poisoned in a train station in London. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
but we live in America, so you're allowed to do whatever you want. And I don't know, it's our one responsibility is to fucking just respect that. Come here, Rose. Come on.
Can I bring up something?
Like people are allowed to be stupid, and you're allowed to think they're stupid.
Well, that's
But
okay.
it's just not your job to care.
Some of the stuff can be really evil, though.
Yeah, sure.
And it's like, for me, I almost have a hard time not standing up against it. And I don't want to be evangelistic in the other way, but I
And it's
obviously
your-
have a platform to talk some
It's your
shit,
right
so-
to do that.
Yeah, because like, in honesty, the homophobia, the misogyny,
Disgusting.
and it's like, you know, I know a lot of great Christians, mostly great Christians, but like, this other part is true too. Some of those people, and it's like, I think they have the right to say that, and I think they should be able to be exactly what they want, including racist, but they should also be ready to accept the consequences, and they don't. They just move the line and they start a
That's
holy
the
war.
thing.
and it's
Things are
weird.
only illegal if you get caught. And if you say the wrong shit to the right people at the right time, you're going to fucking lose a couple spokes. Like someone will fucking pop you in your mouth for saying some stupid shit,
Mhm.
right? And there's not always going to be a camera on. There's not always going to be someone around. And it's not always going to be like fucking, I hope that some of those times it's not that it's a moment where it's like some fucking jack off privileged fucking musclehead white dude or some fucking Karen saying the wrong shit and like just catching one in the mouth. Like that's what you deserve. That you deserve that. You deserve to catch one.
Yeah, I agree.
This is America. Go ahead. Say it. But if no one's looking, it's Russia.
It's fucking
If no one's looking, it's Alaska. You
Yeah.
might be here.
Dude, Alaska's looking cool right
Okay,
now.
like-
Anyway.
Lean into that America shit all you want.
Yep.
You know?
Man, in Russia, it was always the gauntest motherfuckers too. Like, because I wanted to be a missionary when I was there, right? So I was working at this Bible college, and I made friends with these amazing humans. There were these two girls from like Ohio. I wish I could remember their name.
At
And
the
they
same
wanted to be missionaries, but you have to go through these vetting processes in churches that take years. So you have to prove that you know this, and follow this, and this, and then you got to get funded. And they kind of came from rough backgrounds, so they didn't think they were going to make it. So they just learned Russian, moved there, got jobs at McDonald's, and were just starting to be missionaries on the street. One of them ends up marrying this guy that was like just gotten out of prison because he was like the craziest gangster in the neighborhood. And like, I don't, they never really said what he was in prison for, but he was in there for like 11 years, I believe. Anyway, he got saved in there, and so we'd be in their like town, and I'd be like playing guitar, and we'd be like talking about Jesus to anyone that would walk by, like for hours at a time. And I'd be hanging out with this guy, and to like, dude, to watch the respect that motherfucker had over the biggest men in that neighborhood. Like, he was like a little bit shorter than me and skinny, and he just didn't say much, you know? But like when the big ass dudes would walk by, they'd be like, it's like, it was crazy. It was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also gave me like this social, like I jumped in the fountains and shit, and I'd hang upside down on the metro when I was with him because I felt like I was pretty invincible. He just laughed.
This is that thing that he does when he's with me, and I'm not that guy. He just like,
it's true.
that's one of those lessons that he learned that he should have unlearned.
We'll still roll though when you come out. I can introduce you to my boxing guy if you want.
I'm not going out and like.
I thought we were gonna box.
You fucking get all excited about fighting.
I'm not gonna fucking fight.
old.
We can fight. If we fight, it's gonna be very nice. It'll be silly, right? Like I'm not gonna get hit by
You and me
you.
going out and fighting people?
No, you go out and fucking spar with my guy. He just like runs you through drills and then.
Well, I'm gonna go spar with a guy that actually knows how to box.
Yeah, he's good. He's nice.
Fuck
He won't.
you.
Nah, he's great. He's great. I'll show you.
Not a chance. Are you kidding?
It's the DMT thing all over again, huh?
Not a chance. Yeah. You thought I said spar?
You'd be crazy though.
I thought we were going to a bar.
That would
I thought
also
we were
be
gonna have
crazy.
a bar fight. Bar fight?
I thought I was going to get to hit people with chairs, bottles, and shit.
I got out of a lot of bar fights around you though.
Yeah, the best thing you can do is avoid a fight.
Yeah, I'm very good at that. I'm very
Avoid
good at
that fight.
Yeah. You kiss him.
Or just get really close.
Yeah.
Don't yell. Get quiet.
Yeah, you gotta get really quiet.
You get close
calm.
and quiet so that no one else can hear and just say some weird shit.
Because that worked really well with Zach Wilde, right?
I mean, I did get really close to him and I said, I think we've had a terrible misunderstanding. Yeah.
Buddy.
I hung out with him a couple times this summer.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Good time.
Sober
now, right?
Well, my favorite is you
So-
get really close to someone and you just say, you probably hear this all the time, but you have beautiful eyes.
Such a creep.
You have really, or if it's like beautiful is like less offensive than you have really pretty eyes.
Yeah.
'Cause it's almost like
it's slightly ambiguous.
Well, it's less ambiguous. If you say you have pretty eyes, it almost is like
Yeah.
You're egging him on.
It's an XXXY thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And I think we got there, fellas. I think we got there today.
I think we did.
I've
There
got
was.
my dogs and I also have to poop.
Dude, I got to
Oh,
pee
that
so
makes
bad.
sense.
My teeth are
I to end off, I had that Christmas present I never got to get you. It was a birthday actually, where I had been when we were on fly dates I would draw in this book, and then I'd write down all the shit you would whisper in my ear quietly like that. And I made this coloring book of like shitty drawings that was like the title was Things Uncle Mike Told Me.
I don't
like,
even know.
Crayon drawings.
it's like these horrible like drawings of me and you on a stage with you leaning in. It's just like
The air bubble.
yeah, like, hey, Leif, you want to know how I know we're having sex tonight? Because I'm bigger than you. Like, it was like 35 pages.
35 pages of creep.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But then I ate 500 milligrams of weed and left it in my really good coat on a flight. One of our gigs.
And the police are still looking for you.
Yeah, they're looking for this. They're looking for this Uncle Mike.
Like,
Luckily, Leif's a horrible artist.
uh,
Oh
Well,
man!
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Mike Squires.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry Christmas,
Hanukkah.
White Jesus.
it's a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
You guys,
Thank
hey,
you.
I love your work.
Love you, loving your
Thank
work. All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, love you guys.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Okay.